Hey there, TMS Derp here, and welcome to the Crew Motorfest. This is a direct competitor to Forza Horizon 5, and I've always been a Forza stan, but because of the current state of Forza as well as other current racing games, I decided to give the Crew Motorfest a shot, and this is what I thought.
Welcome to Hawaii, everyone.
So, over the coming weeks...
You're at the Motorfest.
Over the coming, little while, I'll be doing an entire playthrough of this game, and so far I have actually thoroughly enjoyed it, especially compared to the most recent Forza Horizons and the current Forza Motorsport, and I'm meaning Horizon 4 and 5, and then the most recent Forza Motorsport, which was pretty much a disaster when it came out. I always thought that the Crew series was kind of a ripoff of Forza, and maybe that's what it initially was, but they are now on their third game, and I have to say I am thoroughly impressed. But yeah, the beginning scene, you get flown in by a freaking helicopter of all things, which is kind of nice. It kind of gives me a Forza Horizon 3 vibe, or Forza Horizon 2.
Gather up, everyone. Photo
Yeah.
time.
And here you get to select the character that you are wanting to be portrayed as. Kind of like a test drive kind of vibe, because you were able to do it in Test Drive Unlimited 2. So I decided to go with this guy, and I modified him a little bit, as you can see with this sped up little montage of what I did with him. Just did some basic things. I didn't really mess with the hair too much or anything. I didn't try and make him exactly like me or anything. I do not look like this in real life. So anyways,
All right,
once you've
everyone,
selected
settle
your
down.
character,
I know you're all excited. That
I'll let
chopper
her
ride is
speak.
always a trip. So, welcome again to the Motorfest. I'm Malu, the Motorfest PR, and I'm here to get you up to speed. You are our special guests, athletes, festival goers, car lovers, all gathered here in majestic Hawaii. These are the festival grounds, but we've got the whole island set up for you. We've created a place where you can drive anything, from the iconic to the super customized. It's a Motorfest branded, lovingly crafted car culture celebration. We call these lovelies the playlists. And I'm not just reading from the Motorfest app here either. I tried them out before you arrived. And here, let me show you.
so what she's going to do is show you all the playlists that you can do. And this is the one that intrigued me the
It's
most.
called Made in Japan.
As she said, made in Japan, and you are given a Toyota Supra as a starter, at least to drive. Now, what you're going to see is some terrible, terrible driving by me. Mainly because this is the first time I've actually even really driven in the game or anything. I don't know how the buttons are.
It's where tarmac meets tradition. From mountain peaks to city streets, this neon journey is not one to miss.
But yeah, I love the aesthetic of this. It kind of gives you you're in Japan around midnight, just street racing around the city. We're going to ignore that. I completely missed that corner. So I keep missing the buttons. Rather than shift up, shift down, I'm like hitting the handbrake or the boost accidentally. And I don't really know the brake lines too much. But the first thing I noticed, other than the graphics, was the sheer fact of just the noise. It's actually accurate. If you go and play Forza Horizon, the original one, the OG Forza Horizon, all the way up to 3, it was fairly accurate, but it wasn't too accurate with the noise. But you go and play the two recent ones and the most recent Motorsport, well, that's if you can even play a Toyota. It sounds nothing like that at all, and that's multiple vehicles in that game.
Street racing my way through mountains and motorways was amazing. But the next playlist was Off-Roading Addict. A chance to race into the wild.
And then, very Forza Horizon 5-esque, you're given a Ford Bronco modified for off-road. I'm not a huge fan of the new Ford Bronco, I never have been, but there's nothing really too much to comment on with this. I mean, it's a 10-speed, you're constantly shifting, it's not very fast, but it's off-roading. The off-roading feel felt actually pretty solid. You definitely felt like you were off-road. There was definitely a lack of grip. You could feel all the bumps and stuff. Like if you screwed up, you were definitely going to pay for it. Here I finally figured out that there's more than 8 gears. But then again, things really not that fast anyways. Jumping straight into a freaking river, which is interesting. And we're just going to ignore laws of physics that would, you know, completely grenade the underside of that car. But once again, physics will ignore that. Yeah, there's not too much to say with this playlist. I still have yet to go through it. I'm about 5 hours into the game now. I've done several playlists, just not this one yet. So I can't comment too much on it. But it gives you a little sneak peek of what you'll be doing. There are motocross bikes. There's an off-road Beetle. There's several off-road vehicles in general.
Named the Motorsports playlist. This one is for the pros.
This one I'm also intrigued by, being a motorsport playlist. So you'll notice straight away, one, very high revving engine, very fast, but there is actually a tire grip monitor that shows you the tires will actually degrade over time, which is interesting.
Racing to the top, the thrill of competing.
Now, I don't think this car actually exists. I would have to look it up, but it's still a cool concept even if it's not. I've also put... well, we're going to ignore that. I completely pile drive an AI. But, very interesting. I completely missed the pits. Not that it mattered. It was like, whatever. We'll give it to you. We'll give you a participation trophy. So I'll end up finishing, I believe, second or third at the end of this. Well, when I don't crash. The music is also pretty fun. I set it to where it was copyright free, but it was still giving me plenty of music to play with. It didn't play like the same two songs or anything like that. Okay, I ended up finishing 5th. I couldn't quite remember. It's been a little while since I recorded this. Here it'll give you a little preview of all the cars. So as you can see, most modern F1 cars, McLaren Senna, the Lamborghini thing, I can't remember what it's called.
I got to go old school.
The Bolide, Nissan GTR. Now this is also one that I was very intrigued by, which was the classics, and it gives you a Shelby Cobra 427 to play with. And it felt very vintage. Even got the vintage dial and everything.
With these cars,
as you can see, going from a Formula One style car to an old 60s Le Mans road racer. It's a bit of a change. Just the way it handles and the kind of lack of grip, even though you got massive meats on the front and back because of the massively flared wheel arches.
When would you ever get a chance to take these venerable legends for a spin? That's the power of Vintage Garage.
Now, one thing I do kind of claim BS on is an old 58 Cadillac would not be able to keep up with a 427 Shelby Cobra. It would get left in the dust immediately. Same with an old 911 Carrera. I believe that's a 73. It might even be older. It might be an original 911. The Gullwing, maybe. The Mura would. What is that? Is that Coronet? Coronet wouldn't unless it's heavily modified. And then another Shelby Cobra. Obviously, it's the same car. It would definitely keep up with you. But yeah, it sounded amazing. You can tell it's a big old 427, big block. VW bus, Nissan Fairlady off-roading. That's kind of interesting. A wide-body 911. A Daytona, an F40. An old Mustang Boss. A Trans Am.
A playlist to truly experience the iconic, the trailblazing. I'm running out of adjectives.
I'm also very glad that they got the Lamborghini sound correct. Because another gripe I have for Forza is all the Lamborghini V12s and Ferrari V12s all sound the same. They all sound like an Aventador for some reason. And they don't even sound like a good Aventador. So as you can see, I get absolutely yeeted by the AI, and so I'm trying out the rewind system for the first time. Rewind system is pretty good. It lets you pause and unpause. As you can see, the AI then immediately torpedo themselves into the barrier there. But rewind system is pretty good. I don't know why the AI brake checked the other AI there. Interesting tactic. As you can see, I'm maxing out in 8th gear. I was trying to push for 9, but unfortunately 9th gear does not exist. Didn't crash into the wall this time, thank God.
One of power and innovation.
So yeah, once I got into the lead, I pretty much kept it. It doesn't matter where you end up on these playlist previews. It really doesn't matter.
Motorfest graciously gave me.
But me and my competitive nature,
it's your turn.
Especially in racing, I'm always a competitive person. I want to finish first, or as close to first as possible. So finishing first ahead of AI is always a good feeling, regardless. But yeah, a bunch of Lamborghinis, an old Testarossa, the Miras, the Urus that everyone makes fun of, mainly because of the name, the SEV V12, or the SEV12. Yeah, there we go.
Well,
that's,
I
believe the name of it.
Tip of the iceberg. But we've got to go step by step. Follow me.
But yeah, that was just a preview of the playlist and everything.
This is what it's all about. Cars, bikes, rides, and good vibes. You'll get to explore the festival soon enough. And let's not forget, we're in Hawaii. And there's no better place to express yourself. Show off your flair. Customize your ride. It's a car culture buffet.
Yeah.
Keep up. We're going to go meet the star of the show. Your car, of course.
So here is where you get to select your car.
It's time for you to pick your ride.
There's 3 available. So you got a new BMW Z4 Z4, you got a convertible Mustang 5.0, and then you get, or you can have a Honda S2K. Being I am a JDM fanboy, I of course chose the Honda S2K, even though I do not like Hondas personally. I've always had a soft spot for the S2K though.
AI assistance engaged. All engines, go.
But yeah, even though it's a little VTEC, I've always had kind of a soft spot for the S2K. I've been in a couple of them. They are very uncomfortable. I am not 5'1", so I don't really fit in them very well. But
Made in Japan.
they're always fun.
Race over asphalt and
So I'm sure you can imagine what's the first playlist that I
rule the
chose.
streets. Join the donut.
It wasn't Donut. It was, of course, Made in
Race
Japan.
over asphalt and drift through neon.
So in the next video,
Let's complete this playlist.
we'll be doing the full-on Made in Japan playlist. But first, we gotta drive there. So
We put this playlist together
So one
to
thing
get
I
you
do like to
taste of
do
Japanese racing
when I'm
culture.
doing a manual, if I don't have the option to the clutch, I'll make it sound like I have a clutch. But yeah, I'm just trying out the Honda for the first time, see how it handles, see how it sounds, see how it drives. I will say, I do quite enjoy driving this thing around. It's very chuckable, it's got some nice grip to it. The handling's a little arcadey in this game, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's kind of an arcadey game, and it doesn't try to act like it's the most realistic game possible. It's all about
Spoiler alert.
fun,
We take
kind of.
everything from
Kind of like
jumping in
the older
mountains
Forza
to racing
Horizons.
heavily customized vehicles.
But this game
There's
is
no better than
very much a
Japanese
mix
speed races
of
to show you the ropes.
the older
We'll get
Horizons
extra
with
detail
Test
real soon.
Drive.
But let's
I
head
would
to the
say.
container first.
There, I'm finding out about the horn and the lights. That's how you can challenge people. As you can see there, I found the limit of the grip and completely screwed up that corner. There is an option where you can take out the nitrous, but I will say it does actually help you out quite a bit. There we go, there's the interior cam. It's actually very well done. A lot of racing games make it seem like you turn the steering wheel a quarter to the right and you're at full lock. That is not how that is not realistic in the slightest. There, in this game, you can actually see you shifting gear. You can see yourself turning the steering wheel aggressively. It's not just one turn and boom, you got it, or anything like that. Your hands are actually moving. But yeah, here in the next video, you'll get to see me do the full playlist of Made in Japan. So thank you everyone for watching. If you like what you see and you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. I will be posting more videos very soon of my playthrough through this, and I hope you enjoy it. So until next time, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.